Hello everyone, you're welcome to my YouTube channel. On my last video, I taught you guys how to calculate your fertile periods and know your ovulation range, but that was for people whose cycle lengths were constant or are constant. And then I got a message from a friend and she was like, my cycle length is irregular. How do I know my fertile periods? And I said, yes, this requires a separate video because the calculation is totally different for people in this category. Now, if this is your first time on my YouTube channel, I am Dr. RUMI'S, and this channel focuses on everything women's health. And now, if this is the kind of content you are interested in, please do well to subscribe to this channel, share my videos, and comment on my videos, please. So now, let's dive right into this video. First things first, we need to correct the misconception that your menstrual cycle length is irregular. Yes, there are people who have irregular cycles, but most times people who don't have think they have because their cycle length vary. Now for my first video where I taught you guys how to know or calculate your menstrual cycle length, I said the range for a normal cycle length the range for a normal cycle length is between 21 to 35 days. Now, as long as your cycle length falls between this range, your cycle length is regular. It may just vary. So for someone whose cycle length in January is 25 days, in March is 26 days, May 27 days. Now this person may think that, oh, my cycle length is irregular. No, your cycle length just varies because it falls between the normal range of 21 to 35 days. Now who can say my cycle length is irregular? Now, for someone whose cycle length is less than 21 days, so in January they're having 18-day cycle length, in March the person's cycle length is greater than 35 days, and then in March they're having a 48-day cycle. Now, this person is going to say my cycle length is irregular, and if you fall within this range where your cycle length is less than 21 days and greater than 35 days, you need to see your doctor to know why. Now, for people whose cycle length fall within this range but vary, a lot of things can cause your menstrual cycle length to vary. It can be from emotional stress, it can be from physical stress, it can be from chronic illness. So if you're going through a period where you're stressed out, your cycle length that was maybe 27 days in January can turn to 30 days in March. You're okay. Your cycle length is regular, it just varies. So I took out time to write this cycle length, and now someone may ask, why is it from 1 to I have 6 months here? Why is it 6 months? Because if your cycle lengths vary, we need at least a 6 months chart. Now you can go ahead to chart for 8 months, you can chart for 10 months, you can even chart for a year, but we always require at least a 6 months chart for us to be able to know your fertile period. So now, for this person, me, as usual, this here is my LMP. Remember, the first day I saw my period for every month, and then this is the cycle length. Now in January, the first time I saw my period was January 18, in February 12, in March 8, April 2nd, and then I saw my period again in April 30th and then May 30th. Now, from January 18th to February 11th, like, you need to know your cycle length to understand this, which I'd already explained in my video. So you can go to my first video and watch that. So I had a cycle length of 25 days. From February to March, I had a cycle length of 24 days. From March to April, a cycle length of another 24 days. April to April, I had a cycle length of 28 days. April 30th to May 29th, I had a cycle length of 30 days. And May 30th to June 25, 27 days. Now, and to know my fertile window for a new month, which is June 26. So this on my June calendar, I'm seeing my period for the first time. This is my LMP, June 26. So how do I know my fertile period for this new cycle? Now, you take from the cycle length we have, you take the lowest, the shortest cycle length, which for me here now is 24 days. And then you take the longest cycle from this 6 months chart for me, which is 30 days. And I've written it here. So 24 was my shortest and 30th was my longest cycle length. So from my shortest, I'll minus 18 days from it. And then from my longest, I'm going to minus 11 days. I want you to understand. From my shortest cycle length, whatever your shortest cycle length from the 6 months chart you have, whatever it is, here I'm picking the example 24 days. You minus 18 days from it. Now, when we minus 18 days from 24, we have day 6. And then when we minus 11 from 30th, we have day 19th. So whatever your cycle length is, the shortest and the longest, you pick it, and then you do this calculation. So now this is my LMP, the first day from June 26th, the first time I'm seeing my period. So we calculate 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now this is a July calendar. 6. This is day 6. Mark it. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I'm going to stop here. Why am I stopping here? Because from this calculation, I got 6 and 19. And here, I marked 6 because this is the beginning of my fertile period. So from day 6, so the day 6 of my own cycle, like in June, is on the July 1st, which is day 6 of my cycle. Now, when is the end of my, so this is the starting point for your fertile period, and the end for your fertile periods in this month, I got 19th, which is on the 14th of July, might be 19th. So remember I said your fertile period is the period where you're most likely to get pregnant when you have unprotected sexual intercourse with your partner. So for a woman who is trying to get pregnant now, should be having sexual intercourse unprotected from day 6 to day 19th. This is her fertile period for this month. Do you understand? If you don't understand, please pause, go back, rewatch so that you can understand. So this is her fertile period. So now let's pick another example. So now for someone whose shortest cycle length is 26 days and then the longest cycle is 32 days, this person is going to minus 18 from 26 days, which would result to day 8. And then 32, she's going to minus 11 from 32, and then she would have 21 days. So she comes here, she sees her period for June on 26th of June. This is the first day she's seeing her period. So now when is she going to be fertile in this month? From this calculation, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 6, 7. So 6, 7, 8. Day 8, which is July 3rd, day 8, which is July 3rd, is the first day of her fertile period. And 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. See, from this calculation, 21. So this is the last day of her fertile period. So for a woman with varying cycle length who is trying to get pregnant, it's most likely to start having unprotected sex from day 8 to day 21. Now let's count how many days that is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So for 14 days, a fertile period, she has a fertile period of 14 days. Now, if you're trying to get pregnant, must you have sexual intercourse for the whole 14 days? No. Remember, I told you that when you ovulate, the egg survives in the female genital tract for 24 hours, and when you have sexual intercourse, the sperm survives with a range of 3 to 5 days. So you can just always pick the days. You can have sexual intercourse on the 3rd, and the next time you're having on the 5th, on the 12th. Give space, because we all know that when a woman is going through infertility, or she's worried about having a child, the anxiety is a lot. So asking yourself or trying to have sexual intercourse every day for that 14 days is a lot. So with knowing your fertile periods, you can, ease off a bit. So I hope I have taught you guys and not confused you how to calculate your fertile periods for people with varying cycle lengths. So if there's anything you did not understand or you want me to explain further, please comment below. Thank you very much and have a lovely day. Thank you.